Hey guys, it's your favorite ranting nerd, Wesley O'Mara here, and I'm not recording on my phone for this one. I'm on my Canon R40, mainly because the facing camera on my phone doesn't shoot full 1080p video, and I want to be able to see myself, so I'm using an actual camcorder, not just my phone. But this video camera allows me to upload videos directly to YouTube from the camera. It's got built-in Wi-Fi. We'll talk about the camera after I do this, and I got to do this really quick. I only have 47 minutes of video, and yes, I do long videos now because my YouTube channel allows me to, upload whatever I want as long as it's under 20 gigs, and I'm good at saving space. I can put a a 2 gig video to 20 megabytes, and as long as the video is. Just saw Samsung's keynote for the Note 3, the smartwatch, which they're calling Galaxy Gear, which I'm assuming, because they're calling it Galaxy Gear, means that they're going to add more accessories, possibly some other type of wearable computer, like maybe some glasses, kind of like Google Glass. Trying to think, what else could you do as far as wearable computer. Shirt, I just couldn't see happening. Pants, I don't really see no, I don't really see pants happening. Shoes have been done, but I don't know. Hat, I could really only see someone putting a camera in a hat. But honestly, who knows? Anything could happen. I assume hat could be possible if you go into the future and it's directly connected to your brain, basically for listening to music and watching video streamed directly to your brain. That would be the easiest way to do that. Getting off topic, I watched Samsung's keynote, and let's talk a little bit about the, we're just going to do a rant, because that's what I do, right guys? The people who watch my videos, no one! No. We're going to do a rant like I always do, because I love to rant, and you know me. First of all, the first thing I want to rant about, I don't really have any negative things to say about the Note 3 in general. I have some negative things to say about people's opinions about certain features of the Note 3. For one, 4K video. They said that they can record 4K video. The people I have talked about this after watching it, called on the phone, and the guys, I don't usually watch CNET stuff. This was actually the first live stream through CNET that I watched of a keynote. They were saying that it's going to take up an incredible amount of space, and blah 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 blah. Blah. They did keep saying if it was true 4K that it would take, and that is true. But we don't need true 4K. I mean, think about this. The phone only has a 1080p display, which means it can only show a pixel depth of 1920 by 1080p. I'm sure 60 frames per second, because it can record 1080p in 60 frames per second. So it cannot display 4K video on the screen. Therefore, it does not need to video true 4K, because let's just say I don't have actual numbers. I'm not a math whiz. I'm a hardware tech guy. I can physically take my phone apart and put it back together. That's about, the extent that I can do. But let's say in the world, if we factor in Japan, who probably has a 4K video everywhere. Okay, so really probably 15 to 20% of the world has 4K visual devices that can display 4K video. And I'm assuming that like every home in Japan, or at least in Tokyo, has a 4K TV, because that's just how they roll. Their technology is way more advanced than what we have here. If it exists, everyone has it there probably. And 4K televisions do exist. They're like $4,000, but that's probably like nothing to them over there. There's like 4K, who knows. Of America, probably 7% of the population of America has 4K televisions, let alone any mobile device that can show 4K. So really, 4K is just a toy to regular users like us. It's like, I can record video in 4K, therefore I'm better than you. You know, that's all we're going for here. So it's probably a compressed format of 4K video that, you know, you get a 64 gigabyte micro SD card, you can record maybe 2 hours of video. Because it's probably it's probably a smaller file format size than is used for the GoPro 3. And I don't have a GoPro 3 currently. I'm going to get one, so I cannot tell you how much video you can fit on a 64 gigabyte SD card. But my friend Ron has one, and I will probably ask him that later, and maybe post it in the comments or something, like anyone reads that. Okay, anyway, moving on. Well, let me finish that up. It's probably a compressed file format version of 4K video that's really just to play with, just to upload to YouTube and say, hey, this video's in 4K. Yeah. Okay. Moving on, battery life looks amazing. 13 hours of battery life, playback with 1080p video. That's awesome. I probably get 7 hours of battery life on both my tablet and my phone, and I have the Samsung Galaxy S3. I love it. Yeah, it's a great phone. Everything. Yeah, good phone, which is why I'm using the camera for this video. Yeah, but what other complaints did I have about comments toward the phone? Oh, it took too long. Some of the stuff that they were showing, the dot circle box stuff that they were talking about. By the way, it sucks. The first time I used Hypercam, I was going to record the whole thing and be one of those guys who actually uploads the whole, like, 3-hour thing to YouTube and be one of those guys and probably get more followers. Not happening, because the first time I ever used Hypercam, didn't record any audio. And the video was kind of crappy, even though it was in 1080p. It was crappy video. Anyway, they were saying it was too complicated to use the dot circle box gestures, which, by the way, they're really cool. My favorite was the box. You can be in a text application trying to figure out something, and you need another application to do it, such as a calculator. If you're trying to figure out expenses for a trip you shared with someone, they will send you everything that they paid for, you paid for, whatever. Then you can do the box option, where you trace a box, any type, any size you want, huge, big, little, whatever. A menu pops up in that. You select the app, in this case a calculator, and the application shows up as a widget, as it would on one of the older Macs, or a widget on your dog. Yes, I'm bringing up Mac because they had a good point one time when they had the widgets, okay? Alright, they had widgets. Let's not bring it up again, alright? So it basically brings up a widget that's a calculator, and you can use both the apps simultaneously. And it doesn't show up half the window like it does on your multi-window stuff now. It shows up actually over the application in the size that you defined for it when you drew that box. Another thing is you can open, in the multi-window stuff, you can open two of the same applications. So two of the same text applications, and talk to two people simultaneously at the same time. Also, a feature with that is being able to drag and drop content. So let's say, hey, we're going to a movie tonight, blah 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 blah. Tell Jerry, open up another text application, and hold down on that text that was sent to you, drag it over into the other window, and it automatically sends that text, and you know, all the information is transferred over with no jumbling, no miscommunication. So that's good. Good communication issue there. That's awesome. Leather back, which is cool, but will it be durable enough for me? That is my question. It's not going to scratch like this back will, or the iPhone's mirror. Well, I take that back. The iPhone doesn't have a mirrored back. But my brother has I dropped the phone. That's okay. My brother has a iPod with the mirrored back. It's really cool. I think it's stainless steel. I'm not sure. But it gets scratched so easily. His doesn't, because he's OCD and a neat freak, and he keeps his in his leather case at all times. So if I were to go in there right now, it'd still look like maybe 1 or 2 scratches, and I'm not you know, like 1 or 2, not, you know, like 5, and I mean 1. Anyway, it would be really cool to have a leather bag that's not going to scratch if you rub it on a table and things like that, but it's leather. Is it going to be durable to where, you know, is it going to rip easily? Which I guess those are easy to replace, you know, you have to, you know. Obviously, Samsung so far has been known for backs that come off really easily, so you can get extended batteries and stuff like that. Which, by the way, 13 hours of battery life. Think about what you get with an extended battery, probably a 24-hour. Well, actually, I take that back because I have friends who have extended batteries on the S4 that they've gone almost an entire week still using it. I mean, using it, probably not full blast, but using it for phone calls, Facebook, the occasional Netflix, stuff like that. But, yeah. Leather back. Will it hold up? They say it's durable. I'll let you argue about that in the comments below. Moving on, completely different thing they unveiled, which was the only reason I was watching it. Oh, but I will bring up, I was kind of excited about the Note 3. It probably will be the next phone I get. If Google Glass doesn't have 3G capabilities by that time, I have to get a new phone. Not getting the S4 because it uses a SIM card. I'm with C Spire here in Mississippi. They don't use SIM cards. Usually, I don't have a SIM card in my S3. I still have 4G LTE capabilities. They claim that this phone has to have a SIM card enabled to have the 4G. I don't like SIM cards. Most of you will understand why. I don't need to get into explaining why I don't like SIM cards for anyone who's watching this video, because you're probably already a techie or a cute girl who's trying to check me out, but that is probably not going to happen. Moving on! That's why I'm looking forward to the Note 3. The thing I was really watching it for was the Samsung smartwatch, which is called, it's... The product line is called Galaxy Gear, and I'm expecting them to get more products in that line. But it basically acts as a mirror for your Samsung phone. And I say Samsung phone because they did not say it was compatible with other devices. The devices they listed it was compatible with was the Samsung Note 3, and in October would get an update to work with the S4, Note 2, and S3. But a lot of people, some people think it's cool. I think it's awesome because I don't wear a watch. I haven't worn a watch for 4 years now, and it would get me into wearing a watch. Why would I want to wear a watch when I can just look at the time on my phone? I don't like looking at the time on my phone. I have to take the phone out of my pocket, I hit the button, I look down at the screen, I hit the button again and turn it off, I put it back in my pocket, and I haven't even looked at the screen. I know you've done that before, and it's an amazing thought process. It's like, I didn't check the time. The only thing I pulled that thing out of my pocket was to check the time, and I didn't do that. But it's great because some of you are going to think I'm crazy, and some of you are going to think I'm lazy. But you have to understand, I don't think about the things in the way you do. Right now, I'm thinking about it as in the amount of time it takes, because I'm a videographer and somewhat of a photographer and a tech guru, a tech guy. I almost said tech guru. I'm not a guru. I'm a tech guy. And the amount of time that it takes to do things is important to me. Because if I want to take a picture of something that's happening, so many times I've been wanting to take a picture of something and it's over by the time I've gotten the phone out of my pocket. So for things like pictures, I think it's great. It takes a lot less time to take a picture with Google Glass or with this watch, which the watch is going to be less expensive than Glass. But the Glass I would only get if it was a replacement for my phone. So if it doesn't have 3G capabilities by the time, I'm probably going to get the Note 3 and the smartwatch. But it works as a mirror to your phone, and I'm assuming it communicates with the NFC. Well, no, not the with a Smart Share or NFC, near field communication, which yes would run the battery down, but only when it's in use. Only when it's in use, and it would be in use with the two devices if you get a text message or a phone call. By the way, they said you could respond to, I remember how. I was thinking, how can you respond to a text message on a screen like that when the keyboard would take up so much of the screen? The answer is it uses voice capabilities, which means if you want to respond to a message, you get a message, you read it, and say, cool, I'll be there soon, going to the movie, whatever. You can also answer phone calls. So you get a phone call on your phone. And this would be great for me because I don't, uh, for situations, when I'm at home, my phone sometimes is in my pocket, but it's usually laying on my desk just there. And I keep my phone on vibrate at all times because it's just annoying. I'll be texting someone and I don't always want to hear that text sound. So I've gotten used to the vibration, and I can hear the vibration in the kitchen if it's on a hard surface. Sometimes on the bed, not always. But it's like there's no reason to take the watch off unless you're charging it, especially if it's waterproof. All the watches I've ever had are usually waterproof. I can wear them in the shower, check the time, go swimming with them, check the time, whatever. That's the only reason I used to wear a watch was because of time. I don't wear a watch anymore because I have the phone, but I don't like taking the phone out of my pocket. So it'd be great. I could wander all around the house. I could go outside, take out the dog, take out the trash, and not get back to my phone and be like, oh crap, I missed a call. Oh crap, I had a notification that I needed to respond to at that time. I would always have the watch with me, and it's probably not heavy. I would know it's there. I'm hoping it's going to have vibration capabilities, but I could take the dog out, take the trash out, bzz, bzz, phone, answer. Yeah, what's up, buddy? Okay, the speaker is supposed to be, right there on the wrist place. Yeah, so I'd be like, yo, what's up, buddy? Just like, I had a phone or something. Okay, yeah, I can do that, no problem. Then once I get back inside, I'm sure, I could switch it to my phone because it'd probably be on speakerphone if I didn't want the conversation to be heard everywhere. I'd be like, hey, hang on a second, go inside and get the phone, turn it off. Hey, what's up? I'm here. Or it has Bluetooth capabilities, therefore, Bluetooth headset. Instead of connecting the Bluetooth headset to your phone, connect the Bluetooth headset to your smartwatch. That way, once you walk away from the phone, the Bluetooth headset doesn't disconnect. And near-field communication has a much wider range than Bluetooth, which is funny, even though it's called near-field communication. The farther away you get, the harder it tries to stay connected, and it will literally drain your battery life a lot. But when I'm at home is when I probably will use this the most. My phone's always plugged in, so I don't have to worry about that. This video is getting a lot longer than it needs to be, and I'm just ranting on. But that's what I do. That's what I do. So yeah, I think the smartwatch is a great idea, and I disagree with a lot of negative things people are saying about it, but that's just their personal opinions, and I have a very strong personal opinion about a lot of things, especially Apple. Excuse me, I coughed. Moving on, the final product that they released was a tablet. They have a line of tablets. The Galaxy Note tabs. Was not a fan of the first one, mainly because of the user interface. Specs seem fine. It works with the Galaxy Pen, which, by the way, the Galaxy Pen is really cool. Most impressive spec, and the only reason I would say that it's a cool product is the 2K display. Still not a tablet I would get, mainly because when it comes to tablet, I'm loyal to Asus. When it comes to motherboards, I'm loyal to Asus. I have a brand product for everything. Family laptops, Acer. Screens, monitors, Acer. Tablets, Asus motherboards, Asus phones, HTC or Samsung. Not so much HTC anymore since they came out with the HTC One, and I can't add extra storage or change the battery, so I said nope, screw that, not getting that. So now I'm with Samsung with the phones. I don't really want to be with Samsung when it comes to the phones, even though they have amazing hardware and everything. I do not love their user interface. And by user interface, I mean the home screen and everything like that. I love HTC's home screen and user interface and everything. And I want to go back to them, but because I'm not stupid, I know I can't because their hardware is not what I need. So as much as I love the phone and everything, I still wish it was HTC. Alright, I guess that really wraps everything up. Not excited about the tablet, excited about the watch. I need to find out if the phone uses a SIM card or not. Alright, so that's the video. I really need to wrap up. As much as I want to talk about more, I can't. I told you I'd tell you about the camera. Alright, the camera is a Canon R40. Right now it's recording at 1920 by 1080p, 60 frames per second. And it's on the regular mode. There is a cinema mode, but the cinema mode will not let you record at 60 frames per second. And I did not need to record this at 60 frames per second, no. But I wanted to just to mess and see if the quality was good. I can see some pixelation in my hair because I'm looking at the screen right now. I can see some pixelation in my hair and anywhere where it's dark. In the lighter parts, there's no pixelation. I like that. That's just low lighting capabilities. That's always going to be bad. Dog. Okay. The cool thing about Canon that I like about video is they have low megapixel cameras, which this megapixel is probably 3 megapixels, which gives it better low light, which means the low light is way better than, say, on the iPhone 5? The iPhone 5, which I think has an 8 megapixel camera, but it takes terrible low light when it comes to pictures and things like that. This camera doesn't take pictures. So Canon always has low megapixels but high video resolutions, which gives it a better low light, which, you know, is not bad now. There's not a lot of pixelation in my hair, but my hair is definitely the darker of the, you can see it right around here. With my finger here, there's no pixelation, really, grain where my finger is. If I take it away, you see the pixelation in grain. At least I do. Maybe that's only on the screen I'm viewing it on. Anyway, right now it's recording in MP4 format, which I don't like, but I'm recording it in MP4 format because it's a vlog and I'm going to instantly upload it to YouTube with the built-in Wi-Fi. The only other recording format is AVC HD, which I hate! I hate AVC HD because it breaks the video format down when it gets past 4 gigabytes, which everything is moving to basically because that is Blu-ray. That is what Blu-ray uses. Yes, a lot of people say that Blu-ray uses MPEG 2. Yes and no. The file formats are MPEG 2, but the configuration on the Blu-ray disc is AVC HD. It's an AVC HD folder. When you click on it, it gives you 2 other folder options. When you click on BD, which is Blu-ray disc, brings up other folders, which is view stream and audio files and different layout files that allow you to do custom menus and things like that. Okay, this has been one of my more advanced raves, I suppose. If you watch me, what the heck are you doing? Why are you watching me? I'm just kidding. I love the people who watch me. There's a few people. The people who argue with me on the comments, I love you because I love arguing. So just know the relationship that we have, even though we don't met, it's a bond, man. You know. Also, I'm sorry to the person who commented. I don't know why so many people like to watch Why I Hate Mac video, but if you were the guy who commented about the dual Intel motherboard that supports dual processors, I'm sorry I haven't responded to you. That's really cool. It's a really good point on Intel. I can have motherboards that for AMD that supports 2 processors, so I could have 2 4 gigahertz 8-core processor and have a 16-core processor, and then hyper transport is basically like hyper threading. Instead of multiple cores, it's sending this twice the amount of data through the door. Anyway, so I think you're cool. I don't have any hatred towards anyone who says anything negative on my videos. I learn from it, and it gives me something fun to do to argue with them. So I'm at 2 minutes on my battery life. I got to charge the battery, but thanks again for the people who watched, and I'll see you again later. Bye.